Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. I appreciate you clicking on that video as always. And we are back with another weekly wears video where I go over every single fragrance that I wore all 7 days last week. So if that's content that you think you want to see more of, make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on bell notifications so you get an update every time I upload something new. And if you're not subscribed yet, what the hell are you doing? Hit that subscribe button. We are on the road to 8,000 subscribers. I totally appreciate that, and it's amazing. But without further ado, let's jump right into the list, starting with Sunday. So this fragrance that I wore on Sunday, I've talked about on the channel a ton. I think it is the most underrated fragrance from this particular house. When you balance out how good this is, how damn good this is, with just all of the other fragrances in the line that get talked about over this, I don't know. It's a sin, if you ask me. Scent I'm talking about is Creed Himalaya. Sicilian lemon, sandalwood, and ambergris are some of the notes in here. And guys, I love this stuff. You know I love this stuff. I talk about it a lot on the channel. The ambergris in here just makes this feel like a more luxurious, signature-worthy type of fragrance. It's fresh, it's invigorating, and when I put this on, it influences sort of my approach to the day. It just makes me feel like I'm really well put together in the sense that I'm ready to take on the day from a business standpoint. If I'm going to meet clients, if I'm going to meet potential clients, I like this as a work fragrance. That's sort of where I see it fitting the best, and a daytime fragrance. Doesn't mean you can't wear this out at night, but when I put this on, I just feel kind of all business. I wouldn't say it's playful in that sense or casual even. So typically what I'll wear this with is sort of a collared shirt buttoned up, sometimes a suit, sometimes a tie or no tie, nice shoes, just ready to get it done. And this is perfect for that. Yes, it's expensive. You're going to spend more on this, but I think you're getting your money's worth in the sense that the quality is there. The quality is evident the second you spray this. It's just a masculine fragrance that I quite enjoy, that I think you guys would too. And longevity is about average. So I think this is one of those fragrances that is still there even though I can't smell it, but average longevity, it's okay. I'm okay with that. I can get a full work day out of this and be happy and know I smell great. Creed Himalaya. So from buttoned up sort of business signature worthy fragrance, I jumped pretty much the opposite direction and went with one that you wouldn't expect to be grabbed in the summertime. Scent I'm talking about is Terry Mugler's Pure Havane. Honey, tobacco, and cacao are some of the notes in here. And man, will remind you if you've smelled Davidoff, Naxos, they are very similar. This has a little bit more of that sweet cherry tobacco in here. I pick up a cherry note, even though it's not an official listed note. Now, if Himalaya is a great business scent, this is a great casual scent and a versatile casual scent. And by that, I mean you can wear this on a date, just sort of casually with friends, grabbing dinner. So this, to me, is really unique. It's well done. It's not your typical sweet tobacco fragrance that you might see come from a designer these days. You will stand out from other sweet fragrances. To me, this is slightly powdery as well, which I really like about it. And it's addictive. I find myself wanting to wear this year round, which is why I grabbed it on a warmer summer day. Now, a lot of people might say you don't want to do that, but I knew the situation I was going to be in that day. I was in the office most of the day, working indoors, temperature controlled. In those situations, I think this has enough freshness to it. And believe me, it has some freshness to it. Again, it has that comparison to Naxos, and there's a reason for it. It's not just the tobacco and honey, it's the freshness that this has as well. So just so damn good. Now, this is discontinued and it's getting harder to find. So I'm going to try to link it down below if I can find it. But periodically, this will pop up on, I think I grabbed this off of Aura Fragrance. And if you go to their website, I don't have any affiliate links with them, but if you go to their site and search for this scent, they give you an option to put in your email or your cell phone number. So they will text you when this restocks and you can grab it. And that's how I got this. Amen Pure Havane. On Tuesday, it was scorching hot. A few days this week, scorching hot. And I reached for one that if I could only have one for the hot weather, this would be it. Scent I'm talking about is YSL Y Eau Fraiche. And every time I talk about this scent, I have to talk about the bottle. This bottle just evokes what the scent does, which is an absolute summer beast, invigorating, just ginger, mint, juniper berries are some of the notes in here. It feels cool. It looks like an ice cube. And that's what this does. It invigorates it, and it just lifts you up on a really hot day, makes you smell super fresh, really clean. Those notes I mentioned, they're sharp. This is a sharp, invigorating, biting fragrance. The ginger in here is relentless. It's such an interesting scent. And then it just lacks sweetness, which makes this even more sort of effective in what it's trying to do, which is just evoke this cooling effect. I think it's different than others in this particular line for that reason, that lack of sweetness. It does have some sweetness. It's more citrusy sweet than just pure sweetness to make it more mass appealing. I wouldn't consider this mass appealing. The Dry Down more so. Dry Down is a little more masculine, woody, lavender, shower gel type fragrance. But that opening is addictive. It's interesting. It's different. It's perfect for a hot summer day. And this lasts, the opening doesn't last quite as long, maybe an hour or so, but the Dry Down lasts a long time on my skin. And I quite like the Dry Down here. It really makes you feel like you're clean, fresh, ready to go hours after applying it. Really good stuff. And again, another discontinued gem. What are these brands doing? They're discontinuing their best fragrances, but you can still get this one. I will link it down below. Yves Saint Laurent Y Eau Fraiche. So a little something different on Wednesday. I was doing this brand sent me this. I was doing some yard work and it was 90 plus, sweltering out. And I had a lot of yard work to do, a lot of catching up to do on my lawn and just grooming. But I wanted to try this. As I said, the brand was nice enough to send this out to me. And the fragrance we're talking about is from Fulton and Roark. And the scent is called Kiwa. And this is a solid fragrance. So you can see there that it has this sort of, it's just solid. And what initially got me interested in this was Cremo brand does something similar. And sorry, can't spray this one, guys. This is like buttery smooth. I was interested in trying out a solid fragrance. Let me know in the comment section down below if you guys have any experience with solid fragrances. I know some of you guys have asked me if I do. There's marine notes in here. It has some sweetness, cedar, amber. Kiwa is inspired by island off the coast of South Carolina. It's known for its fresh air, its beautiful beaches, its history. What I get from this is literally just a coastal breeze. I grew up in New England. I spent a lot of time down the Cape. I spent a lot of time at the beach, really, with family, friends. It evokes that. You really feel like you're on the coast of Cape Cod. Breeze blowing off of the ocean. It's 3 or 4 p.m. Maybe you spent the entire day out on the beach. You're sun-kissed. It's buttery smooth. It smells of fantastic quality. I was shocked at how good this was. I'll be honest, a solid fragrance to me sounded a little bit like just kind of a gimmick, but I was surprised. And, the longevity was average, but I was also out working in the yard, sweating like crazy, and I could still smell this. So I was out there maybe 3 or 4 hours, and it lasted those 3 or 4 hours on me. And by the time I came in, I couldn't quite smell it as well. But again, you put this on your pulse points. That's what the brand recommends, putting on your pulse points and letting your body heat sort of generate the projection and what people smell on you. So really nice. Was impressed by this. They aren't I don't have an affiliate link with them or anything. I just felt compelled to talk about it because I really liked it. They sent this over, and I appreciate that. And it's actually damn good. Fulton and Roark, Kiowa. Also like this little cool case. So on Thursday, I reached for the fragrance that I picked up in my last rack store haul. So if you guys haven't watched that video, be sure at the end of this video to jump over there and go watch that one. But the scent I am talking about is Davidoff's Hot Water. Wormwood, paprika, and benzoin are some of the notes in here. And I have to say, the day I wore this, my first impressions of it when I tried it in that video, I was impressed by this. It is warm, sweet, and powdery. My wife, when she smelled this on me, she said it smells like straight up baby powder. And I can kind of see where she's coming from. Her nose picks up powder a little more than mine does. What is the scent? It does remind me of a mix of like Versace Eros and Armani Code, maybe with a little bit of Guess 1989 Los Angeles mixed in. But it doesn't do it as well as those ones. However, I think if you're in the market for that type of fragrance, then you might want to look at this as an option. It's good. It lasted quite a long time on my skin. I was impressed with the longevity. I can see this being used as a date night scent or just a casual night out. Definitely an evening fragrance. You could wear it during the day, but with that sweet powdery nature, little bit spicy. I was expecting this to be more spicy than it was. And again, with a note like paprika, you're expecting spice, red bottle, spice, but it wasn't as spicy as I anticipated. So not a bad thing, but I was pleasantly surprised. It's not bad. It's not a bad fragrance. It's a little redundant in my collection. I have other things that smell like this and they do it better. And I think you might as well be met with that same sort of feeling. If you smell this, you might be like, oh, I have that already. But nonetheless, I think I paid $25 for this. Not a bad scent for a 110 ml bottle. Davidoff's Hot Water. So on Friday and Saturday, I let my wife pick my fragrances out. That's always fun, letting her grab what she likes, what maybe she's into at that time. And this next one that I wore on Friday is her current favorite. And this is one that I didn't think would be her current favorite because it has a note of vanilla in it. And she doesn't like vanilla, but she likes it in this. Scent I am talking about is 8 and Bob, the original. Cardamom, hazelnut, and vanilla are some of the notes in here. And this stuff is not cheap, but it doesn't smell cheap. Man, in the air, it's really nice. It's warm, it's woody, it's aromatic. It has this really pleasant balsamic sweetness to it. There is an element to this that is unquestionably signature scent worthy, but it's also a little unique in the sense that it has vanilla in it. It has some patchouli. It has that balsamic sweetness rounding everything out, bringing everything together. And the day I wore this, I got really fantastic longevity. It dries down into this really nice musk, woody musk, and it's perfect. It's just the perfect signature scent with a twist. I think all too often when we talk about signature scents, they fall in line with the lavender, aromatic fougere type fragrance. And although this is aromatic, that twist of vanilla really adds to the intrigue of this scent. So I would feel totally comfortable wearing this to the office and out that evening for dinner with my wife after work or something. It's nice transitional fragrance, which are my favorite fragrances, ones that you can wear from day to night that transition really well. And although it is more expensive, I think it is unique enough. It has that lasting power. The value is there for me, and my wife likes it, so I no questions asked. But I will link this down below. I'm going to try to also link a sample for you guys. And if you use Twisted Lily, you will get 10% off with my code. So 8 and Bob, the original. Finally, on Saturday, when she was looking through all my fragrances, my wife said, let's go with the OG. And I knew exactly what she meant. Scent I'm talking about is Burberry Touch. Violet leaf, white pepper, and musk. That's what I get mostly here. And it's damn good. I'm going to do one spray because I only have a little bit left, and this is an old vintage bottle. This one I want to say is around 2014, so this is probably about 10 years old, approaching 10 years old. I've smelled current formulations, and they're just as good. This lasts quite a while on my skin. Spicy, musky, powdery, masculine, classic, peppery. When you first spray this on, I get this fizzy sort of Coca-Cola vibe to it. It's a little bit sweet from that violet leaf, adding some aquatic notes. Sparkles. It does everything with a light touch, and that is, I know, no pun intended, name of the fragrance is Touch, and it couldn't be more applicable here. It's really feels like everything was so intentional. Would never know this is a cheap fragrance. You would never know that this could be, you can buy this at most rack stores, although I haven't seen it in a while. This one is, you guys should have this in the collection. I think if you want to have an understated fragrance, this is the one to own. And this is not going to grab a ton of attention, but when someone notices it, they're going to think you smell great. My most complimented fragrance ever. Now, with that being said, I've also worn this a lot. It was my signature fragrance for a long time. But my wife loves this one, and I think she has a lot of scent memory tied to it. When we first met, I probably had this on. So, I mean, for the money, you really can't go wrong. Now, if you're one of those guys that just wants the in-your-face fragrance, you may not like this one. The attention grabber, you may not like this. This one is subtle, okay? You really have to live with it for a little bit, wear it, appreciate it, and then you will realize how damn good this one actually is. Love this stuff. Burberry Touch. That's all I have today, guys. Again, I just want to thank you all for helping me reach 7,000 subscribers. It's been amazing. We are on the road, as I said at the beginning of this video, to 8K and soon enough 10K. So thank you guys so much. It's amazing. I'm having a lot of fun doing these videos, so thank you. As always, let me know in the comment section down below what your weekly rotation was. What did you wear? Gives me some fantastic ideas as to what I might grab next. What is your opinion of my rotation this week? Love to know. Drop it in the comment section down below. If you like what you saw today, please be sure to like, comment, subscribe, share this video, hit that bell notification so you are updated whenever I upload new content. But until then, have a fantastic week, and I'll see you in the next video.